Hey guys, long time no see.
We're finally back.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, quick explanation why it's been so long. Computer died, still getting internet back, got new computer, and hopefully if I do find internet...
Yeah, both our computers died, yeah?
Yeah.
Holy crap, huh?
Well, the thing about internet stuff,
yeah,
you need your computer.
Anyway.
So...
What movie did we see today, Julius?
Well, about a hero who went into an American war to try and stop the Nazis.
That wasn't even American, it was British.
British.
The Nazis aren't even there yet.
I know.
Stop thinking of the wrong movie. Get the out of here.
No. No.
Get that out of here. We're here.
America, perfect human.
We're here to talk about
Dorito Man.
Wonder Woman.
Yes, we were talking about Wonder Woman, and finally, you know, I normally don't wear this shirt because it's too big, because, well, I still keep it because grandma, but, yeah, finally wore this shirt more often outside because of this movie.
No.
So, non-spoiler thoughts? I think we can both agree that this was a really good movie.
This movie is phenomenal.
Finally! It happened! It happened to us!
Yes, I said something good about a DC movie, yeah!
It finally happened!
The Earth is quaking!
Like, thank the gods. Finally. A good DC movie!
Alright. It's only the gods that can produce a good DC movie.
Praise Nita! Thank you! Oh yeah! Good DC movie!
But long story short, undoubtedly, this is honestly probably one of the best DC movies ever, I want to say. For me personally, this is my second most favorite DC movie, up there with The Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan.
And I think, like, in DC movies in general, I think, yes, this would even reach with, like, let's say, my top 5. Can't really list them all right now, but among them, of course, is, like, Superman versus the Elite, which will always be my favorite DC movie. You know, whether it's animated or live action, but this one reaches top 5.
This was... I won't lie, like, in terms of just... This movie looks phenomenal. I love just seeing everything. You know, Wonder Woman's just a fun character to watch. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. It's like, after so long, we have a fun, really fun DC movie.
Like,
it can be serious, yeah, because we're in World War I.
I mean, yes, obviously, but the thing is, I like how... I mean, it's just, we're seeing the whole world through, like, Wonder Woman's perspective, right?
And she comes in, you know, like, very optimistic, I'm going to change the world sort of thing. But she, of course, you know, non-spoiler, she sees, you know, it's World War I. It's a very, very harsh time. She's seeing all of this travesty for the first time, and a lot of that is being put to the test for her. Like, her morals are being put to the test and everything. But still, you know, tries to fight, you know, the good fight, defend those who can't defend themselves type of character. And also, just because there's a lot of action here, it's not like it's not like adrenaline-ishy sort of like 300 levels.
Okay, no, hold up. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. But anyway, the action here is generally, it's well paced.
Yeah,
it's very well paced. It's well scripted. I definitely think, like,
I can tell what's happening.
Yes, things flow very extremely. It's basically one thing after the other, and you basically have, as an audience, you have enough time to process what's happening and to, like, connect the dots. So, like, one shot will lead to the next shot will take place there, and it'll take you to the next scene, which I really enjoyed. It was just such... I was just in absolute amazement of just seeing how everything's streamlined and connected all into one big, you know, action scene.
And also a lot of the characters, like there's not really anyone that in most DC movies, I find a lot of the characters either unbearable or just boring. Everyone here is either funny or very understandable, like, you can sympathize with them, or, you know, you really do like them, and you really do want to see them push through and everything. Except the villains, of course, but, you know.
Okay, in this movie's not credit, though, this movie is very basic. You know what I mean? I won't lie, like, in terms of plot, it's not very heavily layered. You know what I mean?
Especially considering that it is based on the original story by... I forgot the name of the guy. I know he had 2 wives. I know that the creator of Wonder Woman.
Yes.
It was very much based on the original story, you know. Help fight, you know, in this world war.
And the thing is, it's just, again, it's just...
Ares instigating it.
It's not very... it's not complex at all. It's very easy to understand, and again, to this movie's not credit, some of the characters aren't exactly multi-layered either.
Exactly.
I mean? Like, you get, like, layer 1, layer 2, and that's about it. You know what I mean?
I mean, Diana does develop.
We get to see... I mean, obviously, there's a lot of layers to Diana because she's the protagonist, but, like, outside of... Like, we're talking, like, all the other side characters, right? Mm-hmm. Who was in this movie, right? We got...
Steve.
Played
by Chris Pine. Gorgeous.
I know. We have, of
course, we have Hippolyta and also her sister, Antiope. And then there's, of course, Steve's friends, although they're useful, it's just,
they're kind of...
a little bit underutilized, a smidge superfluous. But... yeah, this movie, it's overall, it's fun. You know, it's fun, it's entertaining, it tries to use as much of the original as possible, and it has bits and shades and bits of BVS here and there, because Zack Snyder is part of he's here, but there are 2 other writers, you know, doing the story, and also Miss Patty, thank you, Miss Patty.
Yes, Miss Patty's in this movie.
Miss Patty, you know... the woman in charge of all this, thank you so much for bringing this wonderful feminist icon to the big screen. And also the fact that not since Catwoman and Elektra have we ever had a female superhero movie before. Think about that. It's been a while. A long while.
You got me on that one.
Because...
You're actually... Yeah, you're right, because Catwoman was by who? Tim Burton, right? That was Tim Burton, right?
I don't think so. I think you're thinking of the Batman movie.
Am I thinking of the Batman movie?
I don't think so. From looking back at it, I don't think it was Tim Burton.
I don't remember.
But,
I know what you're talking about. The one in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, and
that one... I remember that one not being...
It was by Halle Berry.
Okay.
I mean, it was starring Halle Berry.
Okay. Yeah.
And she really did not like that role either.
Yeah, it's just... But, like...
Yeah, ever since Catwoman and Elektra,
you're actually right, though, but, like, you know, it's just... We finally have a... We have a female superhero, you know what I mean? That can do it all.
Not only that, it's like the female superhero.
Exactly. Just a superhero that everyone can look up to. You know what I mean? It's nothing like... See, it's kind of like how everyone looks up to Superman, right? Or used to look up to Superman. Kind of... Recently, it's been a bit weird lately.
It's been a bit rough.
Yes. But it's just, you know, you can look at this and be like, you know, like a little child can look at this and be like, that's what I want to do. I want to be this amazing person. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the whole I want to grow up little syndrome thing.
Yeah, I could see that too. It's like, and also, like I said about like the fighting here, it's not like savage or something.
Yeah, it's not mindless. At least, we'll talk about more in detail, but like, for the most part, it's
motivated to do the right thing, sort of thing.
It's just
you're brave.
Yep. So overall, phenomenal movie, well paced,
good characters.
Definitely good characters. Not if you're looking for like a deep plot or anything, it's not like that at all.
Even the lesson itself is like we've had this lesson before. We've had this with Captain America and many other stories.
It's very easy to understand. All in all, though, I think this movie
it's still a good movie. Definitely. In many other regards.
100%.
And the fact that we have a good DC movie for a long time.
Okay, I won't lie. I think the last good DC movie, what I mean by good is, like, it's phenomenal. Again, 2008.
For a long time.
That is a long time.
And the only other DC-related movie I ever accepted was a Lego Batman movie.
Does that count as a DC movie?
To me, it does. I take my victories where I can get.
I guess that's a Warner Brothers movie, right?
Yes.
So I suppose that counts, but I mean...
It's starring Batman.
All right. DC Cinematic Universe movie.
No.
Nailed it.
No. But that was as close as I could get.
I know, right? Anyway.
But anyway, yeah. This movie's fun. It wasn't going to be like an edgy sort of...
Yeah, this movie's fun. It's entertaining. Again, this movie flows perfectly. You know what I mean? I think it flows really well until the very end. It's a little choppy, but overall, definitely worth a watch.
There are some small shades of BVS in here, but I barely noticed.
Like it's just those small.
It's like you can sweep it under the rug.
You can literally like those small shades don't detract from the movie as a whole
at all. And even though there are flaws within the movie, it's not enough to ruin it for you. You're here to watch Wonder Woman and have a great time. And you can even take your kids to see this movie. It's
definitely,
not
100%.
like, even though it's in World War I, it's not that graphic.
It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing like.
I mean, except for the few things, like, okay, maybe not take your little kids.
Yeah. Okay. Like yeah.
Yeah. When I think about
specific scenes, but anyway. So, we're gonna get a spoiler territory.
Okay. Right? Yeah. Spoiler territory. Okay. So. One thing, again, with the visuals, I like the contrast that, you notice how Themyscira is so bright and vibrant. That was very surprising for me because, DC movie where
that's true, right?
Gray all the time, especially in the city, whereas in Themyscira, it's beautiful.
It's kind of like a paradise, you know what I mean? That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's one of its names, Paradise Island. And was, created by the gods, so that way they can live in peace. And yet, contrast with the rest of the world. The rest of the world's dark and gray.
Yeah, it's
to show that yes, this is Paradise Island.
Yeah.
And also how the Amazons are portrayed. They're strong women. They're capable fighters. But it's more like they're training to be vigilant. To always be prepared. We do believe in peace. We do value the peace and that the gods have given us, but we must always be prepared. But we hope that day never comes that we have to.
Of course, that you have to use force.
You have to use force, but we hope that day never comes. It's like they don't look for a fight.
Of course.
They prepare for it, though. And that's a very good key aspect, of the Amazons that a lot of people normally don't see. They usually just focus on the warrior thing.
Yeah.
But here, it's more like...
we actually get to learn a lot about them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, we see, Diana growing up and whatever, but, with our character Steve, right? He ends up there, right? After Diana pulls him out the water and saves him. Steve asks questions, where are we? What are we doing here? What is this place? And, Diana's open to answer, and that gives us more answers to what's going on. You know what I mean?
And also, before you think, the Amazons are man-haters, it's not so much that. It was more like the fact that, people came to their island with hostile intent.
Yeah, hey, let's be real. The Germans shot first.
And also, outsiders, they're not, they wouldn't be kind to that.
They're not necessarily welcome there. If I strolled up to your house, right? And I had, a gun. You'd be concerned.
And even let's say in the comics or even in the Justice League TV show, they will attack anyone who comes in, whether you're a man or a woman. But and also, again, I really appreciate that we're warriors, but we're not really savages. We're not out bloodthirsty sort of thing.
100%.
We're doing
they're all about honor. That's one of their moral codes or black codes.
It's how it's basically, thank you. This is how they act. They're refined. They're warriors, but they're refined, and they love each other as a family, that sort of thing. And they do have respect for each other. And also, they can still kick your ass.
All right. But again, let's just talk about some of the action scenes, right? Like I said, they were well paced and definitely are. One of my issues with this movie, all right, is that it does suffer from 300 syndrome. There's way the fuck too much slow motion in this movie, all right? Yes. I probably can say at least 20 minutes of this movie is slow-mo. Some of it's necessary, some of it's good, but there's a lot of it that could probably be taken out. All right.
Yeah, there was.
And if not, there's some of it that could probably be played at normal speeds anyway.
The scene where Diana is going right through no man's land, which is still
that was a great use. Okay, whenever she's deflecting things with the gauntlets, right?
Yeah.
I like that for slow motion because because obviously if you saw that in real time, you're not gonna understand what happened. You know what I mean? But the movie chooses to highlight those moments, and I'm like, good, do that.
But then when it's like
But
near
then
the end,
it's not just that, but like sometimes mid-fight, right, where I feel like, example, like she bursts into a room, fights a bunch of dudes, slow motion, right? And then she slices two people, and I'm like, you could probably play that one bit, that slow-mo, in real time, and it'd be fine.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not every bad guy she takes down has to be taken down in slow motion.
I'm also... Oh, and another thing about the fight scenes. I noticed how she fought. Like, she didn't really... You say she slashed at people. I only saw that a few times.
Yeah, only
most
a few
of the
times,
times. Most of the time, she either just tackled them. Okay, yeah, she like tackled them through a window.
I mean,
but most of the time, she either used her shield, her lasso, or just her body.
That's the thing. I love about like the action scenes and how like we'll go back to how they're paced. She uses her whole equipment. You know what I mean?
She does.
She's very versatile. You know what I mean? And I love how the movie highlights that. It's very interesting to watch. You're not watching her like the thing with Batman movies, right? It's like, yeah, he has a utility belt, he has all these gadgets, right? But he's generally taking all the guys down fist to fist. You know what I mean? Whereas this movie, like, yeah, Wonder Woman, like you said, she slashes some guy, hits another guy with the shield, uses the lasso, swings someone over. You know what I mean? It's interesting to watch that.
Especially seeing that golden lasso go around.
Mm-hmm. That was
lovely.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's majestic. It's magical, and also it kind of goes up. Like most of the time, when she attacks someone, it's mostly to disarm them.
Yeah, and
that's another thing that a lot of people don't know. I can't recite the whole saying, but the Amazons have a saying: "Don't kill if you can disarm. Do not disarm if you can subdue. Don't subdue if you can raise your hand. Don't raise your hand until you've extended it." And that's a good thing. And also, she even exercises it here. When she tries to make the choice of, do I kill this woman who started all of this?
We'll get to that.
But yeah, we'll get to that.
First up, okay? So yeah, way too much slow motion, but other than that,
yeah.
It's, like, you really start to feel it towards the end. Towards the end, when the movie starts getting very special effects and flashy, that's when it starts...
territory.
Yeah, that's when it starts to become too much. You know what I mean? It's just... There's a specific cap. And, like, past that cap, it's like, you're getting kind of tired. Like, look. Alright, I get it. She pummeled like 100 dudes, but like this could look way better.
No, you need to see every inch of it.
And I'm like, I don't care, or I do care. I do care, but like, come on, guys. You know what I mean, it's been like, it's been almost 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Eating up the running time. Damn it.
Yeah, like again, I'm pretty sure.
And this is a 2-hour movie.
Pretty sure half of this, or not half of this movie, at least 20 to 30 minutes of this movie.
We went through this with Michael Bay. We don't need this here.
We went through this with 300, okay? Like, here's the thing, alright? I'll be honest with you. I have a guilty pleasure for liking 300, okay? But I can tell you, holy crap, the amount of slow motion in the movie is way too goddamn high.
But considering that Zack Snyder worked on, this...
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me either. But considering that there were 2 other people to reel him in...
At least just tame him.
Or
tame him!
Or 3 people, counting Patty, to reel him in!
Tame him.
You can have your explosions and fight scenes,
and
yes!
slow motion.
But slow motion, but let's make this good!
Yep.
But, now, in terms of, again, characters, a lot of them are superfluous.
Yeah. I won't lie, though. There's one thing I can highlight, right? I do like seeing Wonder Woman interact with everybody. You know
I do.
Just because she has a unique outlook and everything. I want to specifically highlight, though, Wonder Woman and Steve. Right?
Yeah.
Because basically, Wonder Woman is taking everything this guy says, like, literally. You know what I mean? But the thing is, though, is that, she's not your typical, I don't know anything about the world, tell me about all this shit, and I'll just, like, believe you. Like, no, she sticks to her beliefs, like you said, right? And she also, she's not dumb. She knows about, like, things...
Languages, sex...
Mm-hmm.
Like,
She knows about a lot of things.
She's Greek, but she knows sex!
Yeah, but she doesn't... the thing she doesn't understand is society.
Yeah, because it's a different world.
Yeah, which I think is very fun to watch her go through.
Interesting!
And I love how, like... I love how they made fun of the whole glasses joke. I'm pretty sure it was a joke at Superman. She puts on glasses, and I think Patty said, right, you think you put glasses on this girl, and she's not suddenly the most gorgeous person in the world. And I'm like, wow.
For me, I was just thinking of the Linda Carter Wonder Woman show, where she had glasses, and, Diana Prince is born.
I know.
And they actually call her that, yes. And also, I wish we had more scenes with Edda. Like,
That's
I
true.
love Edda. She's bubbly and, like, because she becomes an honorary Amazon.
But here's the thing, alright? Two things. One, that's a setup thing, alright?
Yeah.
Two, it's...
I mean, she does get her scenes.
She's one-dimensional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's side character as side character.
With a whole bunch of other side characters.
No, how do I say? She's the most side character of any side character you could get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she literally is she just has that one layer of being that bubbly person, like you said, and that's it. That's all we get. You know what I mean?
Then there's, like, the drunk Scotsman, where we tried to have something with him, but...
Supposedly he has, like, I'd assume his PTSD.
Yeah.
From, like, assuming. I mean, we don't really touch upon it that much. You know?
Same thing with the Native American guy.
We get a conversation with him and, like, how he outlooks everything, and, like, I think that was interesting to look at. But again, I would like it if this movie dove into those two things more.
And also, then there was the actor guy. Like, we dove into a little bit, but
we got enough out of him.
we got enough out of him.
I feel the reason why we get enough out of him is because you can tell he's a liar. You know what I mean? You can tell that's what he does. You know what I mean? And that's how he's able to talk to everyone. So I feel like, excuse me, I feel like we get enough out of him. It's just his friends that we don't get much out of. Like, we don't get much out of. I forget his name. The sniper. We don't get much out of him. You know
The
what I mean?
drunk Scotch sniper guy.
We just understand that he's afraid to shoot people. You know what I mean? And, like, look at them while he's shooting at them.
And also, the villains are no better. They're kind of,
They're kind of, I'm evil for the sake of being evil. Why do I want to do this shit? Because I'm a dick.
because I'm German. Although, I have to say, Dr. Poison's mask still creeps me out. I'm sorry.
I think it was...
It's cool. It really is cool.
You know, it reminds me of... Okay, damn it, I'm drawing another Captain America parallel. It reminds me a lot of Red Skull's kind of fleshy face. And, like, under it was the Red Skull.
Well, at least with...
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat.
But just that's what it reminded me of. But, like... Yeah, I think, like... But the thing is, though, is that we don't really get to know why that's there.
Yeah. Well, the whole mask thing, she experiments with poisons. Maybe that was just like an experiment
I
gone
know,
wrong.
but the thing is, like, you put this obvious thing on your character, right? At least say something about it. You know what I mean? It's like... It's like, Harry Potter has a scar, right?
Why does
and they say why he has a scar.
Why is it so significant?
But, I mean, like, if it's an extra detail, like, a war veteran shows up and he's, like, scars on his face. Okay, he's a war veteran, you know what I mean? Yeah, we understand that.
Wait, and we're back.
Alright. I just think it's so weird that she has this detail on her face, right? But we don't get to know anything about it. It's just kind of this is what makes me stand out from everyone else.
I think the only moment that Dr. Poison and... I forget the colonel. It's like some funny German name.
German, long name here.
Who we think is Ares because we think, okay, maybe Ares is using chemicals to restore his godlike power. Like, oh wait, no.
I mean, the whole movie points you in that direction that this guy's Ares because he's leading everything, right?
Plus, he's a big name actor that looks imposing.
Forget his name, dude.
I know.
Anyway.
But the only standout scene that they have together is when they kill all of the other generals, and it's like. They throw the gas in and they throw the gas mask in, but then lock them in. It's like, oh, the gas mask won't help them. They don't know that.
Danny Hudson is his name.
Danny Hudson. Mm-hmm. You would think he was Ares. No.
I like how the movie did point in that direction. I did like that a lot. That was really good.
The setup was really good.
The setup for that was good, but it's just, I feel like... Okay, he only had two real highlights for me, though. Alright? Was that scene and the scene where he directly confronts Diana. In the gala.
Yeah.
That was a really good scene.
Like, what do you know of the gods?
Just those two talking like that, and you know what I mean? It's not like a fight or anything, and you think he's Ares. You think he's Ares. Like, and it's like, if there's any doubt in your mind that doesn't nail that he's Ares, it's that scene that'll nail it for you, you know what I mean? And him turning out to not be Ares, it kind of is a shock.
Yeah, like the fact that he would just reach over and, like, dance with Diana, talk about, like, war and stuff, and like, what do you know of the gods, or whatever.
And him seeking... Well, the thing is, like, I guess you could kind of figure it out, because he sounds like he wants to become Ares.
And also the fact that he was the one, helping Dr. Poison with the mustard gas.
Yeah.
So, you would think he is. Like he's some sort of depowered Ares, wants to get his
Yeah.
power back through this war. That was actually a pretty good one.
Yeah, that was really good.
The only problem with the main villain, the only problem with Ares is that
no real backstory.
yeah, it's a very
Kind of just I'm evil to be evil, and Ares is telling me to do evil.
I
things.
have daddy issues as usual.
We don't really hear anything about him. Like, where does he come from?
Like, well, it's Ares, you know. It's like he's among the gods, and you know, got kicked out by dad.
I get no, not about Ares. We get enough about Ares, okay? We
Yeah.
understand who Ares is as a character, right? He's just again, a lot of his characters aren't really multi-layered except for Diana herself. But we're talking about
the
German general long name.
Yeah,
okay?
we just assume. Well, I think he's just more of a red herring that we assume he's Ares.
Yeah, that I guess that's his whole role. But I mean, it's just I would like more about him. I guess this movie doesn't dive too much into his characters. You know what I mean?
But
it's
again,
because even the guy who turned out to be Ares, the British guy, right?
we wouldn't think because like he's preaching about peace, and you know he wants them to go into this covert mission.
Yeah, and the thing is though, it's just like even like his character, we don't really get much of other than like he's this authoritative figure talking about peace, and that's literally.
But you wouldn't suspect that would be Ares.
I mean, that's true, but it's just in terms of what his character is, we only get that. We don't get anything else. You know what I mean? Like, you know, this just harkens back to the point of this movie is not really very
multi-layered.
It's not really deep with the characters.
Yeah, if you're trying to, there is a sort of deep meaning.
Yeah, there's only one other character we go deep with, and that's Steve, to a specific degree.
That he's basically, whereas Diana is very optimistic, she believes in the highest ideals, she believes that, you know, humanity is capable of doing more. Basically like Steve, basically like Captain America, where...
Can I say one thing?
Yeah?
Can I just say that the Wonder Woman here is way better than the Wonder Woman in Injustice 2?
Yeah.
The Wonder Woman in Injustice 2 sucks, and if you think that's a good Wonder Woman, then no. 110%.
Go away.
Don't talk to me.
But yeah, whereas Diana, where she believes in the best in humanity, she has this positive outlook in the world, and also she has a little bit of naivety.
Yeah, and even then, that's something she does carry with her.
Yeah, she
like
does.
as a character. You know what I mean? And like anything you see her outside of like Injustice 2 anyway.
And a little bit narrow-minded when, you know, if I kill Ares, everything will be fine. But Steve comes in with, you know...
It's like, hey, what if people are just bad? You know what I mean?
He's more of the realist. Like, yeah, even if you did kill Ares, like, people are still going to do these things.
Yeah.
Like, even if, like, Ares is gone, people still make choices,
Right.
Diana.
So let's talk about... So obviously we know Gal Gadot did a phenomenal performance. We talked about everyone else. Let's talk...
Can we talk about Chris Pine's body?
No.
He's
clearly above average. Clearly.
I can't believe you let that little thing tell you what to do.
Anyway.
That scene! So much innuendo! Yes, I love it.
Anyway. Let's talk about Ares.
Ares, when the reveal is good.
The reveal is good, it's just the boss fight is...
Standard
you get a little
guy.
You get a little bit worn out. Like, there are some cool things he does. Once he finally puts on the armor, let's go. Alright, I'm a little hyped. You know what I mean? But, like, he doesn't really do that much. He kind of... for all I know, he could just be a Jedi. Literally.
Or he could be Magneto.
Yeah.
Like, until he puts on the armor, then yeah.
Then you like, oh, this is Ares, you know what I mean? And then he starts doing all, like, these bending attacks, right? It's just, okay, this is Ares, you know what I mean? But until that point, like, he doesn't really do anything that stands out, you know what I mean?
Even his dialogue is very straightforward.
Yes. Join me and together we can rule the... Oh, wrong movie. Anyway.
It's like, resistance is futile. Oh, humanity sucks, Diana. They really don't deserve you. And I get it. It's trying to to go back to what her mom said.
That's a highlight point, yeah.
But most of it is, it's still, humanity sucks.
Yeah.
Let you and I together can make the world a better place by wiping out humanity. And it's very basic.
Yeah. So it's just Yeah, it's just, again, it harkens back to the point. This movie isn't very deep with the characters. But and again, they could have did so much more with Ares. I think, again, they're at that point, the special effects are starting to wear off on you, and you're just like, okay, it's a little bit too much. It's kind of choppy, and it's just like, yeah.
Get out, Zach.
Yep.
Just go.
Like, there are some cool parts here and there, and like I can see it, but it's just.
It's up until that point where
it's just like.
We're just in the glow.
You're kind of just waiting for like Wonder Woman to beat this guy's ass. But like, I won't lie, the scene where Chris died though.
Yeah.
That was good.
The scene where Steve dies.
That was good.
I did.
I like how everything happened like within like the little spectrum of time.
And the fact that Diana
kind of had to watch that, like that was good. Like that was really good. I mean, it didn't just happen like after everything.
I kind of expected something like that to happen since, you know, she's going to be in modern day. Mm-hmm. So chances are she's not going to be in a relationship with like an 80-year-old.
That would make sense, yeah.
It's kind of like it. Although that would have been nice, like let's say, like in the Justice League cartoon, where she met him.
That's the thing. It's not like you know, Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Where like
he's gonna see Peggy
80 some years later, he sees Peggy. You know what I mean? This was like way before World War II, so it's just like it'd be hard to write this stuff in. You know what I mean? Without like shoehorning it.
And he would be like, and he would be like a senile old man at that point.
Just like I'm kind of glad he did. You know, I'm glad that he did die. You know what I mean? I'm glad. I liked the way it was done. It was good. And yeah, just Ares is kinda.
Yeah. But I did like the relationship.
The reveal and like the first 5 minutes of Ares are like the real highlight.
Well, and with Steve is like, I did really like the relationship between those two. Mm-hmm. Diana's optimism and naivety juxtaposed with Steve's realist idea. He's kind of like the Sokka of...
Yeah.
He kind of is. Not as jokey, he's trying to be, but yeah, he's basically the Sokka to Wonder Woman's, I guess, Katara and Aang, in a way.
So, I mean,
in a way.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Do you have anything else?
There are not that many flaws to this movie that really drag it
there's not
down.
There's nothing.
It's noticeable.
It's not like you can watch this movie and have something like tug at you every time like you try to enjoy something. Like a lot of things I'm looking at, right? Outside of the overuse of slow motion anyway, alright?
There's nothing really egregiously horrific about it.
Like it's like you can watch this movie and enjoy this movie. Yeah. Like straight up, you can. It's not like you watch BVS and you're just like so much to take in and it's just so much you just don't care about. Like it's just I'm sorry I brought the movie up.
This is just.
But it's just you know the things I've mentioned again, like the fact the movie doesn't go deep with the characters. You don't, if you're just averagely watching it, right? You might not notice that. You know what I mean?
In a way, this is an intro movie to Wonder Woman. This is her first movie
and it's
ever.
It's basic as I don't want to say it's too basic. It's actually in terms of plotline, it's basic as it gets. Basic as it gets, no doubt.
Villain. The reveal is good, but the villain is basic too.
But I do like how they showed Wonder Woman off doing things. That was, oh my god, like the No Man's Land scene was my favorite scene of the whole movie. Like just when your tank goes out at front lines. Can we get a meme of that? Can we get a meme?
Someone do it.
When your tank front lines for you.
And basically,
hey, Awful Master Hat, I believe his name is. I'm looking at you, dude.
And also,
go ahead, Photoshop that Ymir face on Wonder Woman. Do it.
And so, like, I really liked how the Amazons were portrayed. I liked how Wonder Woman was portrayed. You know, considering it's fine to have these silly moments that she doesn't know what society is like. It's fine. Yeah. We've done this a lot. We did this with the 2009 animated movie, which I still really do like, and I think I'm kind of torn between the two. I can't say which one I like more.
I like this one more.
Sorry.
Hands down. Hands down, this movie is
I think I liked it more because like it had a little bit more personality with Steve in that one, and also the same thing with Diana. There's a bit more banter.
Yeah, to me, you walk out of this movie, right, and you remember people. You know what I mean? It's not like, okay, let's be real. Who remembers the court lady that Lex Luthor gave a jar of piss to?
All I remember is
that
the piss
person?
jar.
Okay?
Like,
you name me
people that you
let's say 6 characters, okay? Out of BVS that aren't superheroes and aren't Lex Luthor and aren't Lois Lane.
Although, to be fair, we couldn't remember so many of the side characters' names. Like,
we can't remember their names, but we know who they are.
Yeah.
That's the important thing. Like
Or I can name a few.
Yeah,
it's like Diana, there's Steve, there's Hippolyta, Antiope, there's Edda.
If you showed me a picture, you can probably name them by relation and by what they do as a character. You know what I mean?
But but with BVS or Man of Steel, it's like, I don't care about any of you. It's like, oh, you died. I don't care about you. You show no emotion.
This movie's...
In this movie, I at the very least can laugh at a few things.
Again, I just love how this movie's paced. Like, it just...
It's
such a ride, you know what I mean?
When I can laugh at a few scenes in a DC movie, then that means this is good. When I can actually...
And here's the thing, it has to be written well. Looking at you, Suicide Squad. Alright, the movie's... I like that movie, it's just...
And yet this is a movie...
Actually, let me say that, let me rephrase that. I like the movie, but like, written-wise, it makes me just have a headache.
And this is a movie where Wonder Woman steals another lady's dress, and where the Scotsman fans his kilt in front of the fire.
I just love that dress scene, like...
she's my size.
This rich person literally got out, Wonder Woman looks, she's like, she's my height. I'm stealing this. She just took it. And I was like,
and there are scenes with the drunk sniper Scotsman guys fanning his junk in front of a fire. When I like all of this versus that, it's like, yeah, DC, this is your only good movie. Please take notes from this. Don't let Zack Snyder play with this. Or at least if he does play with it, don't let him play with it alone. And also there are also some bits, like in the beginning where, Diana first gets to London, she experiences sexism for the first time.
Yeah, that's a big deal, you know what I mean?
It's like, you remember, 1920. Right. Oh, right. And like, that's kind of a thing. That's kind of one of the things she's...
It's one of the themes of the...
Why she was also... And another one of the reasons why she was created, I think a lot of people think that we don't need feminism or female empowerment. I would say that's wrong. And also, if it wasn't for such a concept, Wonder Woman, this movie would never have existed.
Exactly.
It's like, there's going to be a little girl out there that can say that, I want to be like Wonder Woman. And there's even going to be little boys out there that are going to be like, I want to be like Wonder Woman too.
Again, she's just that example. What I mean?
And again, a DC movie that sets a good example. Oh my gosh!
No, you mean it's okay to let people die, right? That's what they said in Man of Steel, right? Right? It's okay to let people die, right? No,
yeah.
I should give the court judge a jar of piss, right?
Yeah.
That's what I should do. All right.
Yeah.
I'll remember that. I'll take notes. Right. Lex Luthor's a crazy guy, right? Well, we're gonna have Scott Pilgrim play Lex Luthor. Sounds like a good idea.
How is it that with
wait, not Scott Pilgrim. The guy from fucking Kick-Ass.
Like, I don't care if any of you think that, the older...
Okay, can we be real here? Okay, Ares' actor is...
He's just okay.
It's weird. For me, it's weird. You know why it's weird?
Why?
He reminds me too much... Okay, what was that show where the guy goes smashing?
Wild Thornberrys?
Yeah!
But he's not as kooky.
He feels like that guy.
He feels like Nigel?
He does.
But he's not kooky enough.
I don't know, dude.
He seems just like the nice British man.
Yeah, that's why he feels like Nigel.
Nigel was a goofball.
I look at him and I'm like, hi, Nigel.
Nigel's idea of camouflage is making himself into a kelp monster.
Okay, you're right, but you know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah, I know.
It's just, can we, like the second? Okay, again, this is one of my ideas for Ares, right? The second the jig was up, right? ditch the mortal form and be like, look at me now, I'm Ares. You know what I mean?
But instead,
they could have done like, Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't want to say style of makeup. They could have applied that layer of makeup. You know what I mean?
least show his human form slowly deteriorating as he's talking to Diana.
And then morph his voice and be like, look at me, I'm Ares.
Or at least let his face like rot away and we see like...
They could have done so many...
Because...
And they could have made Ares so much better.
Like, if any of you have even seen Injustice, that's what Ares looks like.
Yeah.
He doesn't get that way until like later on in the fight.
Mm-hmm. And even then, it's just like... To me, like, the second the jig's up, right? Like... Whatever,
Ares.
right? And
it's like instead we're just dicking around and having like, join me kind of talk.
And the thing is too is that the characters like acknowledge that holy shit's happening, but nobody really acknowledges that, hey, that's the British guy. You know what I mean?
Because he's acting so nice that you wouldn't suspect it.
Yeah. No, it's just the characters just don't acknowledge that it's the British guy. Like they see it's him.
And he's helping them. He gave them the money.
Yeah, and
he
like to me, you figured that'd be a big ass point, but I mean, whatever, right?
That the guy that was helping us all this time and preaching about peace and gave us the money and gave us the resources and this guy.
Yeah.
I never would have thought.
Again, it's just.
I almost thought that he killed Edda for a second.
Nah. I guess he just shows up. He's a god. He can just do that.
But yeah. Also, one little thing. I liked how they did some respect, for World War II. Mentioning how mentioning like how it ended.
Yeah.
And also, while still not shot, it's still a lot more upbeat than the other DC movies.
Yeah, I do.
Way more. But at the same time, it doesn't shy away from the atrocities committed in that war.
I do enjoy how this movie ended. This movie ended, I think, nicely. You know what I mean?
And then she goes off to BVS. By jumping from
actually,
England.
it's not BBS. No, how you can tell it's afterward is because she gets the packet from Bruce.
Oh yeah, this is afterwards.
Remember in BVS, like Bruce doesn't know who the hell Wonder Woman is.
But she just sends him the.
But like afterwards, he does all this research. He digs up the photo. He digs up the watch, and he's like, "Here you go, found this."
Oh yeah. Okay.
Which surprisingly, that watch is still in perfect condition. But anyway.
But yeah, this is. Finally, DC, you did it.
Yep.
Thank you, Patty.
Have you got anything else to say? It's been like 40 minutes.
It captures Wonder Woman very nicely. I mean, it dicks around with the origin, but the flaws here are not something that will make me hate it. No, it's like not even. It's barely even a tickle of an annoyance.
Yeah, so keep in mind that I'm not like a huge DC fan. You know what I mean? I don't read a lot. You know what I mean? Of DC wise, anyway. So it's just like watching this movie as an average moviegoer, let's say, with a critical eye anyway. I think it was good.
And also as a comic book fan, this is still a decent enough portrayal of Wonder Woman. At least decent enough. I mean, this is why I'm still on. I'm still on the fence. Between this movie and the 2009 animated film because I really like that film. But it's still a good movie. I can definitely say this is what I wish that the other two DC movies could have been like. That I can believe that this will set an example for the kiddies.
Can we just have a Superman movie where Superman doesn't have to be morally conflicted and he can just be a good guy?
Yeah. I mean,
you know how many times... Okay, I'll be real with you, alright? You know how many times my mom watches, like the recent superhero movies, like Civil War and, like, BVS, right?
Right.
My mom watches that movie, and she's like, why are the good guys fighting each other? Why can't the good guys just be good guys? You mean she doesn't think about things critically? Like, what I mean by that is, like, she doesn't think about, like, things, like, on a critical level, like, in terms of a comic book, right? She thinks, superheroes should be heroes.
Exactly.
That's it. So show them doing
No, it has to be gray, and we gotta be edgy, and we gotta cut out that kid stuff.
And to me, it's just, if they just portrayed Superman to be that shining example of Superman in terms of cinematic universe, anyway, could be amazing.
I think they took lessons from... Let's be clear. Let's be real here. Even if it does take place in World War I, there are a lot of similarities between Cap and...
Okay, yeah. So first up, this movie's phenomenal. Yes, absolutely watched it. Secondly, can we just talk about something?
What?
All right. This is like, if you want to make this another video, you can. All right. But I want to talk about Justice League. All right.
let's not.
I just want to say a few things. Oh yeah, well, let's not. All right, sounds good.
But yeah, this movie is good. Go watch it.
I like this movie.
This is really good. Finally, they say thank you. Can we have more of these? Take more lessons from Captain America, please. Yeah. Just let it be good people.
And guys, please, just do me a huge favor, okay? Can you guys push back the release date of Justice League and just make more solo movies like this?
Yep.
It'd be better. I think it'd be better. I think it'd be better for the DC franchise as a whole.
Yep.
So please.
Please do this.
Alright.
Alright, see ya.